Yeah, now to do more reaction on the parliamentary precinct, we're still continuing to talk to opposition parties. Now joining me is Mr. Narendra Singh of the IFP. Mr. Singh, coming into this budget, you had made a lot of emphasis on the issue of job creation by supporting small business enterprises. Has the minister gone enough in terms of these incentives that is announced?
Well, he has announced some incentives, as you quite correctly say, but we don't know if it's going to go far enough. He's mentioned amounts that will be allocated as tax relief and so on and so forth. But what we would like to see, we like to see this translated into numbers. Programs that government has had in place to create jobs. Have they worked? Have they not worked? And I think the proof of the pudding will be in the eating as we move forward. I mean, action speaks louder than words, and we would like to see the action, and we will be monitoring very closely as one of the opposition parties the action that follows from this budget speech that was made today.
Mr. Narendra Singh of the IFP telling us his views on the budget speech, and now for more reaction we'll cross to the other side of the precinct where Lukanyo Kalata is standing by.
Bulelani, thank you very much. I'm now joined by Mr. Gordhan, the Secretary General of the African National Congress. Sir, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Are you happy with the amounts allocated for job creation by the Minister?
I'm quite happy with the budget. The balanced way it has been, it's quite a tight budget. But the Minister has navigated through those difficulties and made appropriate allocations, whether it is for jobs, economic growth, and education. Look at all those as the different dimensions of attacking the same problem of unemployment in general and youth unemployment in particular. And the increases that are allocated to education, incentives that are given to the private sector. And I think I appreciate more the appeal made to the private sector to come to the party. It's quite important for us because government can do this much and not more. If we work together with the private sector, I can tell you that the multiplier effects of cooperation will be much bigger in terms of dealing with the problem. And the second thing that is quite impressive for me is confronting the question of corruption, particularly inflation of prices by the private sector. The property industry was given a particular strong warning to actually desist from exploiting government deals. And I think we should pay attention to that issue.
All right, so and then just lastly, the issue of you've mentioned actually the issue of education. You've said that you're happy. Thank you very much for that, sir. Thanks very much.
Thank you very much.
That was the Secretary General of the ANC, Mr. Gordhan. I now hand you back over to my colleague, Bulelani Philip.
Right, we're still on the parliamentary precinct where we're taking more reactions, and now joining me is President of Nakoka, Reverend Shongwane. Reverend, the Minister has actually announced a couple of tax incentives for small businesses. Has it gone far enough to support?
Well, I think we are still going to look at the document which we have in our possession. We have been talking to him prior to this, and he has been sympathetic. I see that he's upgrading even the thresholds, and we just want to see what that means. Talking about 6 billion rand support to small and medium-sized enterprises, that is where we belong, and really we would like to engage him further on these. And also I think the business zones that he spoke about, we don't know whether small and medium-sized businesses will be involved in those, and we are going to engage him on it also. But also he spoke about big business supporting black business. This has been spoken about for a long time. What we want to know now is what is different, how can we engage big business to make sure that whatever happens between ourselves and big business becomes concrete, particularly in terms of procurement and training for relevant kinds of businesses.
Right, we have to leave it at there. Reverend Shongwane, President of NAFCOC, giving us a sense of what does this budget speech mean for small business and medium-term business. And now it's back to the studio.